Hey, how you guys doing? Good, 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 good. All right then. I'm happy for you. Anyways, it's always nerve wracking when I make a video and stuff. It always is. It's a little bit, you know, a little nerve wracking. Just kind of stuff. But it's always nice to be able to talk to you guys and just catch up on things and talk about the old days and stuff like that. You know, but I don't know, it's just kind of hard these days. But I don't know. I feel this like tickle bone recently. It's weird. Like um, I haven't felt this tickle bone in a long time. But this tickle bone, what I call tickle bone, is basically this little thing in my bones, right? That like gotta say some jokes, and gotta act like a cat and stuff, like all the meow, 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 and all that stuff. It's overflowing. It's like how Goku has like Super Saiyan. It's like my own thing, my kitty Saiyan. I don't know why. I just need to do it these days. Maybe it's a sign that I'm feeling better, just feeling better about life and just not worried so much about little things here and there. Um, but I did notice some, I walk around lately, walk around the streets, because I'm so gangster, When I walk around the streets and stuff, like it's amazing to me, Everything is so new, everything is so like, like every little thing, It's like discovering things with my own two eyes and stuff. I don't know. I like it. Um, I guess this month and the last month and the last month has been the hardest months of my life. It's practically been hell and back. I really did not like it at all. I mean, there were a lot of things to be thankful for. I mean, no doubt, no doubt, no doubt, no doubt. But there's definitely a lot of things that just made me miserable. Like I had a toothache. You guys ever had abscess tooth? For reals? You guys never lived until you had abscess tooth, because that is Satan's younger brother. I swear, it's the worst thing ever. It grows into this weird pus, and like you can't eat on it, and it hurts. It hurts so much, And I had that for like I think 3 or 4, maybe 6 months. I think I had it for like 6 months, maybe a year. I think I noticed it about a year ago, and I was like, I can't eat on this side very well. Like it kind of hurts. It's kind of cold. It's too hot, or like it's too sensitive, but I ignored it. But time passed, and like I neglected to go to the dentist and stuff like that, and then finally it got the best of me, and it was like choking the life out of me, and it was bad. Anyways, so that was bad. I quit weed, you know. No, but like I quit that stuff, so all of a sudden, my mind's coming back to its original thoughts, and all these past memories starts overflowing, all the things I neglected. You know what I mean? Like I thought we would like get rid of all those stuff, but it really doesn't. It just kind of puts it on hold. It's like freezing something, cryo freeze, and then when it starts to melt, you start experiencing it all over again, and it's oh oh, it's like sauerkraut and kimchi mixed together. It's just too strong. I don't know. I passed it though. I think I passed it for the most part, and I started to think about a lot of things. Started to feel bad about myself. Started to feel all kind of worried and disheveled. That's a good word. I felt all disheveled. And like I just felt so weak and worried about stuff. And top it off, right? And to top it off, I was having a really horrible day one day, and I was in this place. It's kind of a posh district. A lot of rich folks there, and they they flaunt it for real. But there's a lot of rich folks there, and I had no business being there. But I went there, to chill a little bit, and I was in the parking lot, just kind of pep talking my friend real quick, and all of a sudden this like stereotypical, truck with like a couple of white dudes came in, and they just started like hurling racist slurs. Like I was like, what? Dang, this stuff really exists. Racism really exists. It's delicious. You know, And then, they faded away into the distance with the middle finger, go back to China, konnichiwa, blah, 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 and adding a lot of curse words in between all that. It was bad. And so, like, there's this months that came about was really difficult, you know. But I learned a lot, I learned a lot about myself, who I was, where my limits are at. You know what I mean? It taught me my endurance level, how far I could actually go. And I realized I realized, God the Father gives me the strength to endure a lot of things that I never thought I could endure. I always thought I was kind of a weak sauce, kind of scaredy cat, kind of stuff like that. But I feel like God put me to the test, and He put me to the test, and when that happened, I felt, I made it out alive. I made it out without anger. A long time ago, without God, right? Without God, if somebody cursed me out like that, if somebody said something about my race, if somebody said something about my eye, or whatever, if they did something like that, in my heart, I would have been angry. I would have been cursing them out. I would have been probably racist back and thought of some clever way to curse them out and all this kind of stuff. But when I heard that, I mean, initially I was pissed, but on the drive back, it's weird. Like the Holy Spirit intervened, and I was reasoning for them. I'm like, nah, man, this world is full of hate, and there's a lot of people sad outside, And I know that deep inside their heart, they got these little pent up anger towards whomever, And it's not really their fault. It's the sin. It's this dirty thing that we all have. And as much as I want to say, oh, you're racist and you're racist, the fact is every human being in the world is racist. If you look different from you, then you just can't help but feel this weird hatred toward that person. Here's the thing. People hate people who even look like you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you look like that person and you talk the way they talk and you eat the same food that they eat, and you could have so many things and that are, you could relate in so many things, but you still hate that person, But then he looks different from you? Oh, that's another thing to add on to that hate list. That's all it is, And as I was just I was reasoning for that person. But then again, I also realized a part of me that, like, can I really turn the other cheek? You know what I mean? If somebody slapped me in the face, like, mentally, I'm like, yeah, I could do that. Oh, I love God so much. I got, I could do what Jesus did. But I realized at that moment, if I did not have the Holy Spirit with me, I can't turn the other cheek. I'd go crazy. You know what I mean? So much pent up anger that we all have. You know what I mean? That I remember all these things that I got teased at. All the racism that I had to endure and stuff like that. But I don't know. I felt like God really helped me endure that moment. And at the time, I didn't realize it. At the time, I just went home. I was a little bit upset and just kind of like, huh. But I kept looking up to the Lord. I'm like, Lord, you need to help me with this, But I felt really calm, and I realize now that it's so different. You know what I mean? It's so different from back in the olden days when I would have just, I feel like I'm spiritually maturing just a little bit, And there's a lot of things that I experienced that is very closely related to God. I went through so much doubt and so much faithlessness in my experience. Just like, as much as I want to be with God, it's just kind of like there's something that blocks me from it. And I realize it's myself. It's my own ideal of what believing in God is all about. What I think is right. And I feel through these difficult times and diving me into these sinful moments, God truly like awakened me out of this and slowly built me up. It's kind of like the military, they send you to boot camp and then they just like, they break you down, they raise you back up. It's kind of what it felt like spiritual boot camp. While you're going through it, it's like the worst thing ever. You feel like there's no hope. You feel like you can't get out of it. But when you do get out of it, you're like almost 10 times more mature than the last time you went in. It's great. And truthfully, while I was coming out of this whole weed nonsense and just all this stuff, like, this whole YouTube thing became really scary. Like, it just became amazingly scary. Like, you have no idea. All these people talking to you, and all of a sudden, like, you don't have that same, I don't know, can I call it confidence? All right, I'll call it confidence. All right, some sort of confidence I had to talk to people without feeling so worried about what people said, you know. But all of a sudden, it matters so much about what people would say and this and this and that. It's because I was carrying all this burden on my own, you know. And then when I finally just let it all go, I was like, Lord, this is all yours. This is, you know, you got to control this, not me. And I just let go, and I felt so much better. And I know that in this world there's always going to be haters. But what I love about my channel is that there are great people. You know what I mean? That I feel like a lot of people that watch my video are people just like me, you know, just lost in this world, tired of all the BS in this world and all the sad things that go on. I feel like a lot of my viewers are aware of what's going on in this life, you know, and I'm really happy to know people like you guys. For reals. I'm not trying to be all sappy and stuff like that, but for reals, it's really comforting to know that. Man, when I go on Facebook, there are people like messaging me and they send me videos about things going on in this life, you know, all the down stuff, you know. And I mean, I tend to kind of um, magnetize the sad people too, you know, depressed people and all the people with worries and concerns and stuff like that. But hey, you know, I feel like it's a calling, you know, something. But it's great, and I don't know. I feel like this is like a good time to just ease my way back in, you know, put my little pause in there, like, you know, um, and I hope could be making more videos and stuff like that. And I hope that the Lord would use me to, you know, bring some happiness and some joy in people's lives, if that is what I could do. And anyways, love you guys. Bye.